What is the vision for creating a 21st century economy in Iran? This is a question that Aseyeh Hatami from IranTalent.com contemplated during her panel discussion at EIF4. Aseyeh, we're hearing terms like disruption, agility, innovation, sustainability being used in relation to the future of global business. What is your vision for Iran's 21st century economy?
Actually, the key features to 21st century economy is technology, globalization, and sustainability. And the members that they can bring these features to life in Iran or in any other country are the government, established businesses, and startups or newly established, newly born businesses.
You spoke during your panel discussion about exposure and exposure to international business experiences. Can you explain more about the notion of exposure and what that means to Iran's 21st century economy?
Exposure brings learning. Exposure brings development. We can see that Iranians working in different companies, actually, they have different specifications. Like Iranians working for Japanese companies are quite hard worker. Iranians working in European firms, we can see they're very organized. They put documentation on every project. So the exposure of working with, I'm not saying different nationalities, but different people will give some sort of learning and some sort of working discipline. And it doesn't only transfer the technical knowledge, but it also transfers the working culture, which is very important for all businesses.
And I'm sure some of those businesses that are having that mutually shared exposure will also take on some of the learnings and some of the insights from their interactions in Iran as well. Aseyeh, you spoke about the startup sector before, and I was in Iran in July and had a very positive contact with young entrepreneurs and young startups. It's a very active sector in Iran currently. How does support for young entrepreneurs contribute to the future productivity of the 21st century economy?
You know, startups and new businesses are not like blood in the body of the economy, but they're like veins. So when they get stronger, when those veins are created in the body and they get strong, they can actually develop the economy, not only survive the economy, but they can develop they can just move it ahead a lot. And maybe, being an entrepreneur in Iran is something that people like a lot. People always like to be entrepreneurs.
Why do you think people in Iran like to be entrepreneurs?
Well, there are different reasons, but the one word that you always hear from potential entrepreneurs is that I want to be my own boss, which that wouldn't be the best actually reason to be an entrepreneur, because the challenges are much more than having a boss above you. But people love to be entrepreneurs in Iran, from old days up to now. But the thing is that the development of startups using the technology is growing a lot in Iran, and is being supported by like VCs and incubators, and it's quite good. And even it's being supported by government on different aspects. But the one thing which I believe is still missing are the mentors.
Where is that mentorship going to come from? And I guess this relates to our earlier point about exposure and shared experiences. Will this mentoring come from within Iran, or will it also come from Europe and the global business community?
Well, it's okay to come from Iran. I'm not saying that, Iranians have very powerful entrepreneurs and they have very powerful managers. But the thing is that all startups need to have mentors. The ones who have their VCs with them, they already have mentorship. I believe they have. But the thing is that not all startups have VCs yet. The ones who are on the early days and just trying to bring the idea to reality and to set up the business, many of them don't have mentors. Many of them don't even know that they need a mentor. But I believe mentor plays a great role.
So where do you see the opportunities in Iran right now?
Well, in terms of opportunities, in terms of starting a business and doing a business, I believe there are huge opportunities. especially when you talk about like using technology and starting businesses online and e-commerce. I mean, there are many businesses you can see outside Iran that they're missing in Iran. I mean, right now we have very powerful businesses similar to Amazon, that they're functioning in Iran, similar to Uber, which are doing quite well in Iran.
I took a few Snap taxis when I was there in July. Amazing service. I think, did I hear a figure of 600,000 rides per day with Snap? I mean, incredible numbers.
They're perfect. I mean, there are many others. And, but still, there are a lot more opportunities there. If anyone wants to start a business, there are lots of ideas that they can get.
So in terms of those opportunities, why are events like this, the Europe-Iran Forum, important to facilitate those possibilities?
Well, I think the great thing about this event is, again, the exposure and connecting people to each other. I mean, every single person I met during this event, I thought that how did Esfandiar select that person? Because it was exactly the right person that could, we could cooperate with each other in a way. It's not necessarily doing business, but sometimes, learning from each other. But, we have one thing to talk about, and that was doing business with Iran.
So Aseyeh, as we wrap up now, what are you doing at IranTalent.com to create an innovative future and to plan and prepare for the 21st century economy in Iran?
Well, the main business that we have is online recruitment. So companies, managers try to find professionals through our website. But apart from the main business that we have, I believe that we are responsible for educating the market. And we try our best to educate the market, not only the candidates and potentials who are in the market, but the companies who have to learn that they're the ones who are responsible to use these talents. And they have to create an environment in their business, in their company, that people feel safe, people feel productive, and people feel motivated about what they're doing. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Continued success with that, Aseyeh Hatami from IranTalent.com. We wish you a prosperous time here at the Europe-Iran Forum as well. Thank you.
Thanks.